Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Welcome back to more Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. In the last episode, we infiltrated Cypher's key lair by the power of Gonzap's muscles! In this episode, we go deeper into the lair. Oh, also, we added a Zangoose to our team. Yeah, I think I left out that little detail from last time. Mustache is down. Oh well. Okay, we will switch Volterra into the lead role to fight alongside our new Zangoose. And yeah, we'll go up into the lair. Check it out, it's the return of the Pong Foco boxes, as I called them. I know it says Poke Food, but it looks like Pong Foco to me. Why do they have... I guess they would... Full Restore! Holy crap. I guess they would need to feed those Pokemon, though, but still, why keep the food in the center of a hallway where it's blocking off? Something tells me these guys are not very productive with how they turn out these Shadow Pokemon if that's how they keep their lair. Okay. Head over this way. Yet another item box. Elixir. Okay, Elixir's not the most useful item in the world, but, it has its uses. So I guess it's not entirely an overpowered item box. We can't go on, can we? This thing is just here to troll us. Okay, so can't do anything else this way, so we're gonna head back the other way. And while we're doing that, I didn't mention anything about Zangoose's nickname last time, and that's because, well, I just didn't think to do it right away. I didn't really think there was a good moment for me to bring it up that, wouldn't kind of interrupt anything that I wanted to do. By the way, that looks like one really painful dentist drill. Wait, what does that say on it? 800X Mowo. Sounds like some kind of racial slur. Anyway, about Zangoose's nickname. If you have a suggestion for a nickname, intruder detected, but it's just some kid. I keep getting interrupted. This is what I mean. If you have a suggestion for a nickname, submit it, hashtag ChuggaaXD on either Twitter or in the comments of the Facebook post for this video. Anyway, Grezel. Sounds like the name of some old woman. That's all I got. Really need to heal after that fight, so my team is all healed up. Let's move toward the stairs. We have yet another required trainer battle, of course. We can never have this go easily. Always with required fights. Of course, none of them have Shadow Pokemon, no. You're right in the epicenter of Shadow Pokemon creation, and yet none of you have Shadow Pokemon. Well, okay, that's not completely true, because... Well, okay, that's not completely true. There are Shadow Pokemon here, we just haven't encountered any yet. It's just that it's getting kind of ridiculous just how many trainers we have battled without encountering a single Shadow Pokemon. It's... You think that the epicenter of all Shadow Pokemon creation would just be, like, overflowing with them. And, well, about that. Paris. Really? You're sending out a Paris? Guess what? It's a Shadow Pokemon. Paris is a very, very weak Pokemon with a very, very poor type that has one saving grace. Despite its terrible stats, its terrible type, it is one of only a few Pokemon capable of learning Spore, a 100% accurate sleeping move. That is pretty much the sole reason to carry one on your team, especially in Ore where there are no HM moves. Paris makes a decent enough HM slave. I mean, it learns Cut and Flash and stuff like that, which is kind of nice, but it kind of lacks anything else to set itself apart. So, if you are at all looking for a Pokemon that can, I don't know, be a good grass or bug type at all, Paris is not your guy. Plus side, it doesn't evolve too much later after you get it because of its nice level. It's not like in other games where you catch it at like level 4, but hey. We have, for the very first time, multiple Shadow Pokemon in a single trainer battle. First instance of this gives us Growlithe, a really, really nice jack-of-all-trades Pokemon. Standard fire type, it has good stats all around, it can kind of do whatever you want it to do. Both of its abilities have their uses. I wouldn't really say either of them is a poor ability. What's really nice about Growlithe is that we were just on the SS Libra not too long ago, and there is a Firestone there, so if you kept that and didn't use it, you can get Arcanine nice and easy right off the bat. Plus it comes with Flamethrower, so it's kind of good to go right as soon as you get it. Now, while I'm a big fan of Growlithe, and while I have used it before, there is something about this mechanic. 2 Shadow Pokemon in a single battle. When I said this area should be overflowing with Shadow Pokemon, I kind of think that, but I kind of don't. This is going to become a regular thing. So don't think that, this is going to be a one-time thing or that this is rare or special, no. From here on out, it's going to be common that you have multiple Shadow Pokemon in each trainer battle. It is not something I am a fan of, to say the least. Oh boy. Battles go on a lot longer when stuff like this happens, and just saying, You know that really, really stupid rule I was telling you about? You know the one where, wherein if you lose a battle, but you've already snagged the Shadow Pokemon? Guess what? That is doubly true here. If there were like 2 or 3 or even 4 Shadow Pokemon in a battle, you snag every one of them, but you lose the fight. You have to recatch every one of them. And the Pokeballs are used up that you used. Yeah. So, if you thought it was bad before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Anyway, I'm gonna weaken these guys, and we will try to catch them. I gotta be completely honest, that was very, very painless. After how much I complained about the mechanic, that was not that bad. I'll have to get stronger Shadow Pokemon, he says. Well, you know, you could get higher leveled ones, or you could get one from a higher level. I'm certain that they do stuff like that, like where the higher leveled Pokemon are on higher levels of the area. Pokemon Healing Machine right here, very, very nice and convenient. Once again, they just kind of leave this out for you to use. They don't, like, plant a bomb in it or anything like that. These antagonists, we need more antagonists like Walken. He gets stuff done. He was more competent than even Gonzap was. Okay, so we do that. We have yet another item box that we can't get. Who gave you permission to enter? I don't... Gorog, it's a palindrome, I think is what that's called. I can't remember. I think it's palindrome. Anyway, who gave me permission to enter? Gonzap's muscles gave me permission to enter. Thank you very much. And that is all the permission I could ever need for anything ever. And as if Gonzap's muscles weren't enough, I also had Walken's Gloom Sleep Powder. That gets you into anything ever. That is the ultimate solution to everything in this world. And he's got a Shellder, which is a Shadow Pokemon. Shellder starts off as a pure water type. It becomes a water-ice type after it is evolved. Not the greatest type in the world, but when it evolves into Cloyster, this becomes an awesome physical wall. It's no fortress. It's not going to be quite as resilient as something like that, and its type definitely doesn't help it, but it has offensive capabilities that Pokemon like Forretress and Shuckle don't have. It can deal out damage in addition to absorbing physical hits really, really well. Not only that, but as you've noticed, it comes with Surf and Takedown, which you'd probably get some pretty good damage out of on this Pokemon, as its attack stat is higher than its special attack stat. And of course, being Water type, you get the same type attack bonus Surf, which everyone loves in double battles. So, if you want to use Cloyster, the last game before it got nerfed as a defensive wall, feel free. Okay, so I like how this guy at least sends out a Shadow Pokemon first. You know, it's kind of nice. I can't really explain it though, but it feels a little bit less painful when the Shadow Pokemon comes out first. I just feel like the Shadow Pokemon, because they're generally lower leveled, they're not as hard to deal with. They're using Shadow attacks, while they're super effective in all non-Shadow Pokemon, it's just that they tend to not be very powerful attacks on Pokemon like that though, so I don't see it is really all that bad. I can just focus on the one higher leveled Pokemon and then just catch the Shadow Pokemon at the end of the fight. I mean, here he's got Golbat. That's not going to outspeed my Jolteon. In fact, Zangoose is going to be able to clean up on his last Pokemon a little bit before Jolteon even gets a chance to attack it. Okay. Well, you know what? No. I'm going to go for a Call right here. Going to go for Thunderbolt, and that should do it. Yeah, I should have absolutely no problem winning this fight whatsoever at this point. And I gotta say, Zangoose's heart gauge is going down low, but I can't get enough of its animation of, like, whenever, like, I call it. It's like we call its name and it goes like, yeah, with its arms. It looks really cool. I don't know, like, if you didn't see what I mean, of course you can just go and look back, though, but that's kind of what I mean. It's just, like, its animation, just, we say its name, and it's like, right, I'm Zangoose. I'm a badass. I'm too cool for reverse mode, and how lame it is in this 5 years later. I don't know. Okay. We'll attack Shellder. That's not going to do all that much damage because it's a Shadow Pokemon, and it's also got high defense, though, but we'll go for this. Okay. Thunderbolt. Eat this, Thunderbolt! I will love you forever if you know what I'm referencing. Okay. Sharpedo goes down. Voltaire grows to level 35. Excellent choice for this fight, I gotta say. Okay. Shadow Rush. Didn't do all that much. Okay. Now, what I am hoping I will be able to do is I'm going to go ahead and use Thunder Wave on it, though, but I'm also going to throw a ball this turn, just because I'm feeling really, really confident. I do have those net balls that I picked up before, and while it might seem a little bit wasteful that, well, nah, on a weaker Pokemon like Shellder, I shouldn't use a specialty ball. I'll just go for the regular old Great Ball, and I'll paralyze it just in case I, for some reason, don't catch it. Okay. We should be good here. Go! One, 2, 3. Wow. When I said I didn't need a specialty ball, I wasn't kidding. One Shadow Rush was enough to weaken it. And there we go. Gorog the Palindrome has fallen. What? Just brute force? I ain't just brute force, man. I was strategic and stuff. Anyway. Item box. PP up. Even if you don't want to use it, great item for selling. They're just throwing money at us, man. Their goons throw thousands of Pokédollars at us. Their item boxes that they just left laying around have tons of helpful items. How could you ever lose? And that was seriously all of level 2. 2 trainer battles and a ton of item boxes. Yeah. Alright, so. Here on floor number 3, this is, again, an area that kind of stuck out to me. Like I said, there are no HM moves in the land of Ore, but despite there being no HM moves, we actually have a strength puzzle of sorts here. And love or hate strength puzzles, this kind of stuck out to me a lot when I first played XD, just because you don't really see, you didn't see anything like this in Coliseum. You have to push these Pong Foco boxes, as I call them, onto these pressure plates, and they will cause the doors of corresponding symbols to open. Got an item box right here. Max Revive! Holy God! I can never stop driving that point home. It just keeps giving me more to work with. 3 full heals. It's never just one, like, it's like, okay, we're gonna give you, like, one max, not one max revive, but 7 of them. We're gonna give you, like, not 1 hyper potion, but 12 of them. It's just like, you don't need to buy items here. It's kind of funny. You don't need to buy items. Alright, we got the sun pressure plate down. That'll open up the stairs for us, but I believe there's another opening somewhere on this floor. Let me see. Didn't find that out, but interestingly, you can move the boxes off the pressure plates and the doors stay open. Not sure if that was intentional or not. Ah! You gotta be good to get this far. You bet I am. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, well, you think I'm good? You're absolutely right. That's all I'm gonna say with you. I'm not gonna disagree with you if you say that I'm good. Beedrill and Furret. Interesting choices, okay. Send out our Pokemon. Come on, this could not go any slower. Once again, I don't know why they couldn't do sending both out at the same time. Either way, we got ourselves a Shadow Pokemon right here. Beedrill. This is one of those painfully average early game bug-type Pokemon. Not really useful this late game. If it was early, I might suggest picking it up just to have something with high stats compared to everything else early on. But here, it's just not the greatest. However, if you are raising a poison Pokemon or you want a buff on your poison type attacks, it does have the poison barb item on it, so it's at least worth catching if you're not going for 100%. You just really, really want something to buff your poison type attacks, though. So it is worth catching if you're going for items. It's just that it's not that great of a Pokemon this late, and there's better poison types you could have on your team, and heck, I'd even wager that there's, well, I don't know if I'd say there's better bug types, because a lot of the bug types have been stuff like that freaking useless Leddyba that we encountered back in Gachi on board. So, over Shadow Rush on Togetic, we'll go Thunder Wave on Beedrill just to immobilize it for the rest of the fights. We are making quick work of this, man. We are, I gotta say this, I feel almost overpowered right now. Like, I've been shuffling my Pokemon in and out. I know that I have Claydol that's, like, super over-leveled, though, just because of the experience share, but I haven't been using him. I'm just playing it straight, and I am feeling really powerful, I gotta say. Like, I don't feel like these Cypher Peons are much of a challenge. I'm just kind of cutting through them like butter at this point. Pidgeotto! One of my favorite of Ash's old Pokemon. Ash, why do you never go back for Pidgeotto? Why? Pidgeotto's been waiting for you for over a decade, man. Remember him, please. Either way, Pidgeotto is a Shadow Pokemon. Pidgeotto is an okay flying type, not the greatest in the world. You might want to catch it because it learns some nice moves through move tutoring. Like I said, Sky Attack is open to you at this point, which I believe it can learn. It's not the greatest Pokemon that you're going to encounter flying type wise. I think there are some better ones, but want a flying type, it's kind of a tried and true thing that people catch early game. And on the plus side, it's only a few levels away from becoming Pidgeot, so if you want to get it fully evolved, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you really are not going to have to wait very long for that. Okay, so we'll go for the Great Ball on Beedrill. I might want to use the Net Ball if I start having problems, but we'll go for the Bite on Pidgeotto to weaken it. There we go. Okay, Snag Ball. By the way, if you are wondering, you are unable to throw 2 Snag Balls in the same turn because the Snag Machine needs time to charge. Interesting bit of trivia is that this was also Restriction Coliseum, even though you couldn't have 2 Shadow Pokemon on the field at the same time. I guess just for those clever types that really wanted to throw 2 balls in one turn and just relinquish both of their attacks that turn. You can't do that here either, because the Snag Machine needs a full turn to charge after it has been used. So, for those of you that were wondering about this mechanic, you can't do that, so it kind of makes these battles take an extra long time. Okay, now that all that is out of the way, I say that we throw a Snag Ball, we go for the Thunder Wave in case it doesn't catch it. I don't know why it wouldn't catch it. I think we're having an excellent battle here. Let's go ahead and toss that. We will go for the Thunder Wave, and there we go. Please let this end the battle, because I feel like I put in awesome work on this battle. Come on. I shouldn't say that. My Pokemon put in awesome work this battle. Come on. Don't let their efforts be in vain. 2, 3. Done. That's how it's done, man. You got destroyed, the lock, man. Knocked aside as if I were a pylon. Not a nuclear pylon, just a lowly pylon. Okay. We have cleared the 3rd floor of the Cypher Key Lair. Up there is the 4th floor. Next time on Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, we go, I would say deeper, but higher, into the Cypher Key Lair. See you guys then.